I don't know if that's recording or not because it's moving really fast. Well, I guess it is. I'm sorry. Good morning or good evening or something. This is Granny Red. I'm coming to you from Granny Redland. And tonight I just want to talk to you guys and see how you're doing. Okay? This may be informative for you, but I'm just checking on you and seeing how you're getting through. Yeah, are you still talking to yourself saying, I hate to smoke? Every time you smoke a cigarette, I don't smoke. I don't smoke. I don't smoke. I hate to smoke. I do not like smoking. We're making new paths in our mind. We're teaching our subconscious a whole different way to live. Your subconscious, it's so used to things that you do and things in your life and how you react to it. I can tell you a story. Last week, I came home from work. I work nights. I came home from work, and I knew that I had to go to the bank, but the bank's not open at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I came home and I went to bed for a couple hours. And then I got up, said, I got to go to the bank. So I got around and I left. And I ended up at Walmart, parked in the parking spot that I always park in when I go to work. Very exact same spot. No one was there. So I got out of my car, locked it up, and then it hit me. What am I doing here? I was going to the bank, not to Walmart. Well, what was a bummer was the parking lot was full, but my parking spot was empty where I always park. It's like, well, bummer. I don't need nothing. I'm going home or back to the bank. I'm going to the bank. But what happened is my subconscious is so used to me going to Walmart and parking right there in that spot. And, you can't tell me you haven't done that before. That sometimes you're going over here to TG&Y. I don't even know if that store is even still here. But anyway, you're going over there to TG&Y and you end up at Kmart. Or on the road. You take a road to go one place and you end up going somewhere else and you're like, what am I doing here? I wasn't planning on coming here. I mean, we've all done it, okay? Well, our subconscious is used to it. Hey, one time, I even went to work because I have more than one job, so it was a different job. And I was on my way to work one morning, and I had to turn around in the parking lot because it occurred to me, this is not where I'm working today. Oops, I'm at the wrong place. I have to go over here and work over here. It's like your subconscious just gets used to what you're doing, okay? And it's used to me going to Walmart. It's used to me going to Walmart every day. And I didn't understand that, though, because it was at nighttime. It was daytime, and I usually don't go to Walmart during the day because there's lots of people there, okay? And I'm not used to that. And when I work at night, there's not that many people. I mean, it's all of the workers, and then, there's people who come in and buy stuff through the night. But it's not like it is during the day. And I I don't go to Walmart during the day if I can get out of it. And I come home and my daughter says, "Oh, let's go to Walmart, Mom." No. And she didn't understand that. It's like, when you're there, when you work there, you don't want to go there when you're off, So, I mean, I like Walmart. I don't have a problem with Walmart. It's just daytime Walmart is so different than nighttime because there's so many people. Oh my goodness, it's just like You can't even move. There's so many people. Okay, so anyway, our subconscious does this. Okay, so we're making a new path, and we're telling ourselves we don't want to smoke. We do not like to smoke. We do not smoke. Okay, and we have to train our mind. We have to train our subconscious. Remember what I was telling you the other day? 4,000 times before it gets started. Before it is made, before the path is built. It's 4,000 times. So, I don't know. Somebody needs to sit back and say it 4,000 times. See if that makes them quit smoking. I don't know. But tonight, we're just talking a little bit about all kinds of different things. Oh, I want to show you. This is my, whatever you call that thing, vape thing. This is it that I told you about. And it's got a little button right here that you push. And see, this little light comes on. And you take a drag off of there, but you don't take a drag like you do a normal cigarette. You have to learn how to smoke one of those things. And it's got oil in it, but it's old because I don't use it anymore. The purpose of this was to quit smoking, and it did its purpose. Okay. And then once you quit smoking and you get all those chemicals out of your body, then you deal with the nicotine, with the addiction to the nicotine. And it's so much easier than dealing with the nicotine and the chemicals. When I went through the getting off of this and having to deal with the nicotine addiction, I got depressed. I cried. And I knew what was going on. I knew it was because I wasn't putting nicotine in me. And I knew that it didn't feel right, because I was so depressed. I just didn't feel right. Well, okay, see what happens is, you're not really depressed. It's kind of like, it's kind of hard to explain. It's like a normal person. You're feeling like a normal person feels who has never smoked. Because when you smoke, it speeds the heart up. It beats faster. And so it's kind of like when people exercise and their heart gets to beating faster, Well, it's the same thing when you smoke. There's something in there, in that nicotine, I guess, that makes your heart beat faster. Or something. I don't know. Maybe it's in those chemicals. I don't know. Makes your heart beat faster. And that's what makes you age quicker, because your body's running faster than what it would normally run. So that when you're not smoking, when you quit and you go through the withdrawals, it's kind of, your body's going back to normal, but you don't know what normal is. Because it's been so long since you've been normal, because you've been smoking. It's kind of hard to explain. I hope you guys understand that. Anyway, I even wrote notes of what I was going to talk to you about. Okay, so we talked about the heartbeat. I don't know what I wrote there. It looks like it says Fred. I don't know who Fred is. I don't know. Let me look. Let me get on my... Oh, about you being tired. How are you guys? Are you tired? I mean, when you quit, we had a deal. You don't smoke before 8 and you don't smoke after 6. Now, that was the time. You can go by that time. You can go by your own time. Some people don't even get up out of bed till 9. So if you don't get up till 9, don't smoke till 10. But don't smoke after 6. We're going to keep that there. Don't smoke after 6 o'clock at night. Because you're going to already start withdrawing. Those of you who are doing this should have already started withdrawing. because that is extra nicotine that your body's not getting, that it's used to getting. And I looked it up, and it's 12 hours. After 12 hours, your body is healing. I'm not smoking. So, this is what happened with me. When I quit, I started doing that. And then one day I just said, when I got up, well, I haven't had a cigarette in how long? I think I can wait because I feel okay. I'm doing all right. And then, I don't know when it was, noon, I was so proud of myself. And it was like, you know what? I can go even longer because look how long I've gone. And when it got to the point that it was 24 hours, it was like, oh my gosh, this is not as hard as what I thought. Okay, the first day is always easier, okay, people? It's that third day that is so hard. But what we do is, okay, you don't smoke. So your body's already withdrawing from the extra nicotine that you've been putting in it. Okay? So by now it should be starting to be okay, and you're starting to get used to not smoking after 6. Sometimes you'll still think about it, but don't do it. Don't do it. You got to have that desire. It's got to be, you got to have the desire. Hey, you know what? I'm not going to do this. I've been trying to quit for so long. And the thing is, your body wants that nicotine. Oh, it wants that nicotine. You can either use the vape pen to give it the nicotine while you're getting the chemicals from that cigarette out of you, or just quit cold turkey. And it's like your body wants it. Your body's gonna want it. And you just got to keep saying, hey, you know what? You got to talk to your body. Seriously. Because it has to listen. You're the boss, You have control over you. So you talk to yourself and you say, no, I'm doing too good. I'm doing so good. Oh, yeah, that's all right. I still want a cigarette. Well, yeah, I know. But you know what? Look how long it's been, and I'm doing good. You got to praise yourself. You got to sit there and you got to say, hey, I'm doing good. Look what I'm doing. Don't look to other people to praise you. You know why? Because most of them who don't smoke don't understand. So don't look to them for help. I mean, some are going to help you, but not all of them, because they don't understand. That's just like, I don't understand about the drinking because I don't drink, and I never did. I never have. So it's kind of like, okay, if somebody comes to me to help and starts talking to me about their drinking, well, hey, great, I'm glad you don't drink anymore. I don't understand what they go through. I don't know the withdrawals. I don't know if there is even any withdrawals. I don't know, because I don't do it. So I don't know how to help them. So I don't know how these people can help you if they don't understand what you're going through. If they have never quit smoking before, they don't understand. They truly do not understand what your body is going through unless they've been there and done that. And that's the ones that you need to reach out to say, hey, I need some support while I'm trying to quit smoking. Would you mind? Because it's always nice to have someone. I didn't have anyone. I did not have anyone. I kept quiet about it for a while. I didn't tell anybody, just kept my mouth shut, and I was just alone. But then I got on this program, and where they'd talk to you, and they would text me, and they'd say, hey, how are you today? And you know what would happen? I'd feel like, when I'd want a cigarette, I'd think, oh no, I'm going to be getting a text and they're going to want to make sure I'm not smoking. I don't want to disappoint them. I did, but that didn't last long because I didn't care. It's like, well, I don't care if they text me or not. But while I was going through it, I did care. You know, I did. I thought, you know what? I don't want them thinking bad of me, you know? I know that's kind of weird. Don't worry about what people think of you, okay? Because you know what you're going through. You know in your heart what you're doing. It's a cool thing. This is a cool thing to quit smoking because you're going to learn a lot. You're going to mature a lot. You're going to go through a lot. But when you come out on the other end, you're going to be so happy. You're going to be so excited. It's going to be so good to be smoke free. I know. It's so funny because about 2 months, I guess. It was about 2 months after I quit. And I started seeing these people smoking. Oh, I could really smell it. I went to Walmart and had to put a battery in my car. And one day, and I went to pick it up. And this was before I worked at Walmart. And I went to pick up my car when my car was done. And I could smell cigarettes so thick. And it was like, oh, yuck. And I looked around, and the only ones were the two workers. And I said, man, do you guys smell that cigarette? And one of them said, oh, that's me, because I just got back from break. And I said, wow, I can really smell that heavy. I could really smell it. I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, because after you have quit, you will smell it. You'll smell it. You'll know exactly who's been smoking it, because if they're standing next to you, because it's like, okay, I smell the cigarette. Well, then that got me, because I thought, well, now all these years, everybody knew I smoked, you know, because I can smell it on them, then they could smell it on me. It was horrible. And once you quit and you get that freedom and you start breathing better, smelling better, you're going to know what I mean. Because somebody can just walk by you and you're going to smell it. You're going to say, oh, they smoke. It got to the point where I would see someone smoking and think, I'm so glad I don't smoke anymore. I'm so glad I'm not addicted to that anymore. Because, oh, bless their heart. Oh, those poor people, they need to quit. But you can't. And I would tell them about it, you know. Hey, you know what? I know a good way you can quit. But you know what? Until the people are ready to quit, it's not going to happen. Okay? They have to have that desire in here to say, hey, you know, I do not want to do this anymore, no matter how bad the withdrawals get. I don't want to do this. Okay? And that's what we're working on. We got to make that new path in your mind. We got to build that new path that says, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I cannot stand doing this. And that's what we're working on, is building that path. And let's see, what else have I got to talk to you about today? Let's see. Don't forget your words, your subconscious. You know what? That was it. That was it. I'm just checking on you and making sure that you guys are talking to yourself. My hair is a mess. Anyway, talking to yourself and saying, hey, you know what? I don't smoke. I don't want to smoke. I do not smoke. I do not smoke. We got to build that path. Build that path. Okay? And it's cold here. It's cold. Too cold to go out and smoke. And if you're using a vape pen, see, this little thing was $20. I got it at one of those stores. I don't even know the correct words for this stuff, okay? But at that store where they make the oil, and they will make it however strong you want the nicotine. So I got mine really strong. I mean, really strong when I first started, because it totally, I mean, I didn't need a cigarette at all. I didn't want one, because the pen took care of it. This is my cigarette. That's what I always call my cigarette. It took care of it. I mean, the nicotine in this I think I started with 25. Yeah, 25 milligrams of nicotine. And they say you only have 1 milligram of nicotine in a cigarette. I don't even think they put that much in there. Because I think that's why everybody's smoking so much now. I think they quit putting as much nicotine in there. But that place I get it, and at that time I was getting it there. And then when you start building yourself down on the nicotine, you go in there and you tell them, I just need 20. I just need 18. And you just keep going down. I mean, I have bottles of 3 and 2 and 1.5. I just kept going down. You just keep going down. And as you go down, you're going to go through all the withdrawals all over again, because that's that extra nicotine that you are getting out of your body. So, I've thought about this a lot. It might just be easier just to put it down and say, I'm getting over it all, period. That way I don't have to worry about it no more. And in 3 days, the nicotine's out of your body. Yeah, in 3 days, the nicotine is out of your body. Don't forget to drink the juice that I told you about. That helps too. But in 3 days, the nicotine's out of your body. And then it's like you're only fighting the chemicals from those cigarettes, which I don't know what's in a cigarette. So I don't know how long it takes to get it out of your body. But it's that path. Okay? After 3 days, it's not the nicotine. It's that path in your mind saying, hey, I'm used to this. This is where we smoke. Okay? It's time for coffee. Let's go get a cigarette. You gotta cover up that path. You gotta make a new path that says, hey, I don't smoke. Okay? And the only way you can make that new path is if you talk to yourself. And if you start doing different. Start doing different to make a new path. And say, no, instead of smoking, this is what I do. Instead of me smoking a cigarette and drinking my coffee, I do this and drink my coffee. Drink your coffee in a different place. Instead of drinking it on the couch or at the living room, kitchen table, take it in the living room. Drink your coffee different, or whatever it is, And they tell you not to drink your pop when you're quitting smoking. Okay, you know what? Don't ever take my pop away from me. I gotta have my Dr. Pepper, okay? So I never did quit my Dr. Pepper. My Dr. Pepper didn't make me want to smoke either. It's just, with the caffeine and the Dr. Pepper, I had to have that up, okay? Well, anyway, just checking in with you. I'll be back, and we'll go on to the next step. But for the first couple weeks, I wanted you guys to get your body to where it's used to not smoking after 8, after 6, and before 8. Because that's where it all starts. And then it just gets easier. It really does. It gets easier. So anyway, anybody want to make any comments, just comment down there. And I will pop back in and check on you guys, and we'll learn some more. I'll try to do it this coming weekend. I don't know. I have to work this weekend a lot, and so I may not be able to get back until probably Monday or Tuesday or the next weekend. But I'm going to try, because then I'm working on what you guys are going to do next. I just want to pop in here and say, hey, I haven't forgot you. I hope everything's going good. Please don't forget. Please don't forget. You're building a new path in your mind, in your subconscious. Hey, I don't smoke. I do not smoke. I do not smoke. And we'll see you guys later. Bye.